control the hand, there's nothing possible for him. If he has head position, there's nothing possible for him. I have head position, there's nothing possible for him. We will talk about head position later. Let's now look briefly at mercy grips. I think I will show everything for every technique, but just so you have this understanding. This is the most important part about this DVD, that you have the rules down, okay? If we are mercy gripping, it's 50-50. So it means he can manipulate me, he can, for example, pull me, and now he can distribute my weight, exactly, or I can pull him, push him, or whatever. But understand, even if he controls my weight and he pulls me and pulls me, as long as he can disconnect his hand from my hand, even if he moves me, he can't use his attacks, okay? Worst thing that can happen to me is maybe a foot sweep, but it's pretty hard as long as you have the overhook. So if Linus tries to move me with the mercy grip and he tries to go to a knee tap from here, I still hold the hand. And as long as I hold the hand, even if he controls me a bit better than I do, he can't really use it. Even if he switches to a single leg. People will say, oh, Linus has in the way better position. But he's only in the better position as long as he can free this hand. If I control this hand and he tries to move me, he tries to apply weight, whatever, it will be very, very difficult. I will never let go of this grip. Okay, so the worst thing that can happen to us is if he controls my hand. But this is the same thing. He needs to transfer his grip from my hand to something else. Or he can move my hand and then throw me by whatever. So this is definitely not the best situation for me. But if I can manage to control my elbow to my lower body, and if he tries to pull me here now, it will be a bit more difficult. And I will have enough time to swim over and control the grip. You see, we are fighting for the grip right now. So even if he has me, that's not pleasant for me, that's not where I want to be, but he still needs to move me. So understand that the grips are therefore to move me against my will. If he has the grip, and he's doing nothing with the grip, he just tries to do a throw by without doing anything with the grip, nothing will work. Every grip must have a meaning, and we need to understand the meaning, okay? But even if you have no grips at all, understand that you want to maintain control over the secondary hand. Even if we are not touching each other. The moment he tries to knee tap me, I control it. The moment he tries to throw me by, I control it. The moment he tries to go to the single leg, I control it, okay? And then, if you have the other rules, like weight distribution and stuff, you will see that it can be a miserable position for the underhook player. So again, the most important thing about this whole instruction are the rules. Re-watch it if you need to. I will talk a bit more in the rules than I will do in the techniques, just so you understand how important this is. Now we will talk about the second rule, head position. And head position is something very tricky in the overhook position because it's a different sport. For example, in wrestling, most of the time I wouldn't give up my head position. Why? If I give up head position, my partner can do something that I don't like in wrestling, and this is move me into this direction. Yeah. So even if I control his hand and he can't really attack me with throw-bys or whatever, he can still push me out. So if I feel that I don't want to get pushed out because we have a wrestling hybrid match or because I don't want to be pushed into the pit or whatever, this is the moment where I gain head position. So if my partner walks into me, stop, and I don't want to be pushed back, I need to somehow bring my head in between him and his head. Okay, so I need to gain head position. The problem is, if we are mercy gripping, it will be very difficult to do it with my head. He also has a head, right? If I go down, he will go down with me. So we somehow need to let go of the mercy grip, and this will be very annoying. I need to use my hand to gain head position, okay? So if he pushes me away, I can do this. And now, if he tries to push into me, now it's difficult. I have head position. So now I can push my partner away, okay? Even if he has the underhook, it will be very hard for him to push me. And now we are in this wrestling exchange again, where we have a pushback reaction and we can actually attack. With pushback reactions, it's way easier to do takedowns. That's why you don't see too many takedowns in ADCC, not much pushback reactions. So again, if I have a mercy grip, it will be more difficult. I will try to gain head position. So let's say he pushes me away and I don't want to get pushed away. Maybe sometimes I need to go to this direction. So he pushes me, I go to this direction just to bring my head back in. Okay? If I feel that he's following me, I go back. But and now I gain head position again. The best thing is if I control his wrist. Now if he pushes into me, it's the easiest thing for me to just go to his head and replace it. But be aware, you don't want to be the guy that has his hand there and gives him the wrist grip. If he has the wrist grip now, even if I have head position, he can do a lot of bad stuff. If he moves me only a little bit with the wrist, he can throw me by immediately. And yeah, I don't want this to happen. So you need to respect rule number 1 still. Okay. Now that we understand when to use the head position, we also need to understand when to give him head position. And in judo and in jiu-jitsu, it's actually pretty fun to just give the partner the head position, especially if you control the secondary hand. Let's say we are mercy gripping, but I control it. I have the better mercy grips. I can go sideways, I crunch it down, I pull it to me, I can disconnect his elbow from his lower body. I talk about elbow to lower body connection in my rumble passing instruction, also in my Patreon videos. I maybe will touch on it in the next moves. But understand that if my partner has head position, he pushes into me, while I control the exchange, I control his hand, I can move him also while he moves me, this is perfect for me. Because while he pushes into me, bam, I can start to attack my partner. He's maybe moving me, but remember what I said. It's not about who can move who, it's about who can move who against their will. So if I give him head position, and I control the hand, let's say with a wrist grip, I let him push me. It's not bad for me, okay? I can be upright, I can let him push me, and now while he pushes me, because I control the hand, I move him against his will. And a lot of attacks that we use, like Uchimata, Harai Goshi, Oguruma, Ashiguruma, is perfect if my partner has his head position. So, I welcome this. And you can also combine both. For example, let's say he has my wrist now. This is bad for me, right? So if he pushes into me, I need to address the wrist. Now, while he still pushes into me, I try to gain head position. He fights for it. He lowers his head. And while he lowers his head, I accept this, and then I move my partner and go for my